everyone. That was a really dramatic. What first impressions of the new intro?
I love it so much. The music change, I was instantly like, oh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of This Week in Eorzea, the Final Fantasy XIV news show, where we talk about all things new in Final Fantasy XIV and just kind of fluffy stuff. With me, as always, is Pyra. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hello. Happy Monday.
Yeah, I know you guys are watching because you're not in game. Surprise.
Why is that?
Surprise maintenance. For no particular reason other than the Japanese, like, logistical data center restructure thing. Yeah, kind of weird.
Yeah. I wonder if they're just because, like, that's their home turf. If they're just like, yeah, we got to take care of our own stuff, so we're not paying attention to anything else. Or maybe it's like a safety thing, like, okay, we're going to shut it down before touching any big buttons.
Right. Yeah. So, not surprising that they shut down the servers. Surprising that they did it in the middle of our day. Yeah. So
the timing's weird because it's like it started at least Eastern Standard Time. It was like 4 p.m. and it ends at like what 6 a.m. tomorrow. So it's like a 14-hour, like middle of the day kind of thing. So very curious.
So a lot going on, but not much changing in game for it. It's just some physical changes to the servers. With that, I guess let's get straight into the news. What there is of it. So obviously the big news is the live letter on Friday. We spent an entire episode discussing it last week. Mione, our good friend Mione, has put out a video on it today with some predictions. So if you want to watch something while you're sitting there not playing the game, highly recommend Mione's video. He is just a completely awesome guy. Said a lot of the things we said last week. So I think everyone is kind of on the same page. We've got a lot we're interested in hearing about, a lot we assume we're going to hear about, and a lot we hope will surprise us. So that is on the horizon, meaning we're about 8 weeks out from the next major patch. So, yeah. Final Fantasy XIV is now on Bluesky. So
they finally caught up.
Right? For all those people like me who switched over to Bluesky and haven't been able to participate in like the official 14 like caption contests or screenshot contests and stuff like that they were only just doing exclusively through the other site. Now you can do on Bluesky. So that's really cool. Make sure you go over and you friend them if you're also on the site. And did we find out what's going on in downtown LA?
Downtown LA, so this is going to be, I don't remember the exact date, and unfortunately the lodestone is down, so I can't check my normal source of information.
Right.
But they're going to be doing some sort of NA community team, chill vibes, and kind of meeting hangout. So it's called Downtown LA Gathering. There is a sign up for it, so I would recommend going onto the lodestone once it is back up and running after tomorrow morning. It's technically going back live 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, but there will be it says a small gathering, so I assume that it's very limited RSVPs. So if you haven't signed up already, sign up to try to get in there, and it's going to be following the conclusion of Anime Expo. So of course Yoshi P is going to be, I think, the keynote speaker, or at least having a significant panel there. They're going to have a booth there, and so this sounds like a fun little kind of like community event off-site after Anime Expo. So it seems pretty neat, but probably going to be very limited.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of it for official lodestone news that we remember off the top of our heads, because obviously we don't have access to it at the moment. In other more personal news, I got my first Malachite. So
I heard. Somebody literally came into my stream and told, because we were streaming live at the same time, and I think it might have actually been Sunboat. It was just like, Debbie got her first connection, and I was like, oh my god, tell her I said congrats.
Yeah, so it happened. It happened while I wasn't looking. So I went to go end the stream by womping my MV inventory, and there was one in there, and I'm like, I don't even know when this happened, but So they do exist. I have 1, which means I'm only 2 more away from getting my relic, which was the ultimate goal. It is a grind. It is. I personally blame everyone last expansion who was complaining about there not being a grind. I hope you're happy. You're not. Of course you're not happy, but I hope you're happy. But anything exciting happened to you this week?
So I haven't actually touched the croissant in like over a week now. I think I ran out of the gate really fast and then I burnt out. So I'll go back because I have 3 Jolly Ranchers left, 2 also being the green ones. But this past week, let me see what we did. So we progging M8S, so that's been fun. Trying to get another Savage tier under the belts. Nothing crazy besides that. However, for folks in my Discord, my husband actually, he's starting to coordinate a kind of clear squad for people doing ultimates. So it's in its very early stages, but like similar people in the community, like I know Sauce or Sausage Roll is one of them, an amazing creator, live streamer that goes and has like a group of mentors that help people learn how to do like ultimate raiding and savage raiding. That's something that my husband really wants to do, and is like, he kind of started recruiting in my Discord. So we're trying to get a nice team of mentors together, get them through fights first, so that we can start taking new people through their first savages and ultimates. So
awesome. That's a really good cause. That is exciting. Sumbo, you spent all your heliotomes on food right before your last candy. Mine have been maxed since the very beginning in preparation, and I still have not spent any, which is just, it contributes to the waste I am feeling every single day in game, that they're just sitting there maxed and I'm not doing anything with it because you just never know. So I'm looking forward to getting to use them. Now, the hot topic. Hot topic. I want to talk about something positive. I went scrolling social media to find things to talk about. Didn't like anything other people were talking about, so we're just going to talk about our favorite things. Because we don't know what's going to get added to the game yet. We've got like over a decade of fantastic content we can talk about. So let's talk about some of the best of the best. If you want to join us, contribute in chat. We'll pull up the best answers or the answers we like. We're going to go question by question in no particular order. It's not alphabetized. It's straight from Debbie's brain onto this list. In no particular order. I don't know if you also have it pulled up and we want to bounce back and forth. Okay. Or
I will
if you
totally do that right now.
Okay.
Perfect.
That way we can like take turns asking each other questions and it's not all like...
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to just ask me everything.
There you go. Exactly. Okay. Talking about our favorite things in no particular order. Favorite starting city?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. And we're just talking about like the three major ones.
I mean, we could make it complicated, but
this is very difficult. I'm going to say Ul'dah. I started in Ul'dah, and as much as I love, like, I ended up switching for Maelstrom. I left the Flames for Maelstrom because I'm a black and red girly, and I didn't realize that until after the fact that they have a nice color palette. But I don't know. There's something every time I'm in Ul'dah where it's just like the music and just like walking around. It feels so nostalgic for me of like my Sprout potato self. Like, what is this game? It's bright and flashy and new. And so that's forever going to be my favorite starting city.
I think a challenge for everyone who's watching, because my favorite starting city is also my first starting city, my OG character's starting city, because of that exact same reason. Is your favorite starting city the one you started in? If that is not true for you, let us know. But I think that's kind of almost universal. Everyone's going to favor that one. Unless for glam reasons. Glam conquers all, right?
Yeah, that's where like I have an affinity to Maelstrom. and in that sense to Limsa. However, like, if I'm in Ul'dah and I'm listening to the music, I get, like, there once in a while, and this is not to be, like, stupid or whatever, like, I'll get chills. Like, it'll hit me once in a while because I'm going so fast in this game, and then it's just like the da 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 da. I'm like, oh.
I still feel that way about Sandoria in Final Fantasy XI, to be honest.
Ooh.
So,
and what was your starting city in 14?
Gridania. It was Gridania.
Oh, I love Gridania.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, next
one. Favorite starting class.
Okay, so I want to say warrior. Every time I go to make a new character, I make them a warrior. I never get very far. I always switch out like as soon as I can get something else, but I just always want to play a warrior at the beginning. My first starting class was conjurer, but now I pick warrior. What about you?
Oh, I have to. Can you guess? Thaumaturge. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, and this is like cheesy. I started with Thaumaturge because my husband, when he got me into this game, was like, what kind of thing would you like to play? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, would you like magic or this or this? I'm like, yeah, magic seems cool, I guess. And I mean, I truly did fall in love with like Thaumaturge and the Black Mage, and so like maybe it's just for that nostalgia factor, but it's like I always start any ult unless it's like with a specific goal in mind of needing like a scholar summoner. Like I start every ult on Thaumaturge every time.
There you go. I should correct myself. Marauder. Thank you.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, actually.
Thaumaturge. I can't remember the last time I played a Thaumaturge.
Oh, I have on purpose for memes. Take off your job, Crystal, just to have more pain.
Oh god. Okay, what's your favorite race?
Ooh. Viera. The buns. I love Viera. It's got the playfulness of a Makote with some kind of like an added elegance to it. I think Aura's kind of played a little bit more like sleek and elegant, and I think that like Ellison does that, but like I love the playfulness of like the Makote ears and just kind of like the animal type, but not the Hrothgar route personally. So I think that Viera is that perfect kind of like marriage for me of the two. How about you?
Awesome. I have to say Aura. And that's because I switched to it immediately when Heavensward launched. And I stuck with it until Endwalker. No, Shadowbringers. The late Shadowbringers, early Endwalker. Which was the longest time I've ever gone without Fantasiaing. Because I Fantasia like constantly since, and I always end back up. And whenever I'm in Aura, it always takes me a longer period of time before I feel like Fantaing again. So for the reason that it holds my attention for the longest, I'm gonna have to say Aura.
That's fair. Now, what's your favorite racial starting gear?
It's definitely not Aura. I like the Hume? Am I thinking 11 again? Here. Yes, I was thinking 11 again. Here and actually Aura. They did a really good job with that. You can't mess that up.
The Aura.
I mean not the Aura, the Viera.
Okay.
My god.
I was like, wait a second. No. Yeah, the Viera, like it's kind of it's Fran's stuff. It's just straight up. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. What about you? Makote. I miss so I started this game on
the
Makote.
red skirt. Yeah, okay.
I had a little phase of Aura, well, a good chunk of Aura time. I had a tiny phase of a Thylander, as they call it, for like a week. But Makote was like my OG Pyra, and then a little bit of Aura, but like the next phase of that was Viera, and I haven't switched off of Viera since, unless it's for charity reasons. And I miss the outfit so much. The little top, the leatherette kind of like top.
Yeah.
with the skirt. Can't go wrong. The boots. Ugh, I love it. It's so cute.
Elizons don't get enough love. My first character was OG in Elizon, but they don't get enough love. There's no reason why I'm not. I do love the race, but you know, they look. I don't want to say that. I'm like, they look a little funny. Next,
the necks are long. I mean, I love the idea of Elizon more than I love the execution of Elizon. Like, I think they could have done a few things differently, personally.
For sure. Okay. Favorite tank job?
Ooh, so this has changed over the years. I've literally had like every single tank as my favorite at some point. And the tank that I leveled the least, like the last was jeez, I almost just called it Marauder Warrior. My lord, that is now my favorite. Jeez, doing it again. Warrior has just become my favorite. It feels kind of OP, but it just feels like an all-rounder. Like, you have some fun animations. You can pretty much heal yourself in most environments. You're pretty self-sustaining. I used to love Dark Knight for a while, and it kind of got weird and squishy. Paladin was my OG love for tanks, and then Gunbreaker. I think Gunbreaker is my second favorite, and that's just because when it was launched, it just felt pretty flawless, honestly, overall. So, yeah, but Warrior's got my heart right now. What about you?
Fair enough. I would like to say Gunbreaker, but I always play Paladin.
Yeah,
say it's like I have the soul of a Gunbreaker, but I have the skill level of Paladin.
Fair.
Okay.
Awesome. So next, healer. What's your favorite healer?
It used to be Astro, and then they broke it. Now it's Sage. as soon as that happened and Sage came out, I switched over to Sage. Never looked back. From the moment I learned it, I just really jived with it. So it was like super complicated at first, but then as soon as I figured it out, I'm like, okay, I love it. What about you?
Literally the same reason. Astro, I loved and adopted the day it came out. And then every time they've changed it, it's just a constant identity crisis. So as much as I love the visuals of the class, and as much as the class is still okay to play, it's just too much emotional maintenance for me to try to keep up with what's going on with Astro. And Sage is very much similar. Like, it's just so smooth. Like, they really created a solid healer. And I think I like the challenge more of a barrier healer than a regen healer. And so that kind of really just shoved me over the edge just a little bit to like prefer Sage over like Astro or White Mage.
Yeah. Did I ask that one to you? DPS jobs. Favorite DPS jobs. I know this was kind of an easy one, and then we can move on.
I don't know. I need my ley lines to think. Yeah, Black Mage. It's my baby. I've been playing it since the moment I started this game, and never want to turn back.
Okay. Yeah, Dragoon. I have a love-hate relationship with Dragoon at the moment, but it's still gonna be my favorite. Second and third runners-up are probably Samurai / Reaper and Dancer, but what about you? Well,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I had to pick like secondary or like runners up, Machinist, I've cleared at least one ultimate on Machinist. It's just a fun class. Like, it is kind of simple, but it is just like a fun, I want to run around like a goon. And I'm trying to think of like any other DPS classes because I'm so picky. In PvP, Dragoon is my favorite. I am so scared to play it outside of PvP, but in PvP, that is the GOAT.
Nice. Just landing on people's heads.
Just right on the head. Now, what is your favorite, if you have one, job quest line? Ooh, that's a good one.
I know. I was trying to think back to all like the pre-50 like ARR job quest line because they were all just really interesting back in the day.
Yeah.
Like now we've got the role quests instead, but the OG job quests, I think I like the warrior one the best with like, who is he? Curious Gorge or whatever it is like going on there with the rage and the demon eyes and the crazy poses, and it was just a really bizarre job quest line that really stood out to me. Do you have a favorite?
So I'm not good at remembering all the details, but I think it's Scholar. Because there's this whole thing with the Tonberry.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't know, there's something cute and fun and moments like, what the heck is going on here kind of thing. So if I had to pick, and like, I feel like I've also referred back to that quest line in years like past.
Mm-hmm.
Like people mentioning Tonberries, and then they kind of loop it somehow back to like the Scholar quest line. So if I had to pick one, I think that's gonna be it.
Awesome. Favorite A Realm Reborn zone. If you had to hang out anywhere in A Realm Reborn, where would it be?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of exactly where it is. It's part of Limsa's. Oh gosh, I feel like I need a map. Trying to think of all no. It's one of the ones, the Limsa adjacent, that you're like, you can overlook Limsa, if that makes sense. So,
okay, the one with like Summerford Farm?
Not Summerford Farms, it's like the other one.
Okay.
I can't think of the name, but it's that one. If I had to think of a name off the top of my head to make it easy to, East Shroud with the ceremony chapel area. It's so pretty out there.
Okay.
That one's also another favorite. I swear it'll be like 10 p.m. and I'll remember the zone I'm talking about.
Go onto the Discord. You guys, I remembered it.
I found it! What about you, Debbie?
For me, it's always Costa del Sol. That area there. Yeah. I remember back in the OG days, you only hung out in 2 zones. You hung out there or you hung out in Corthus, because those were the 2 zones that you fate grind in order to get up. And I always was like 5 or 8 levels early getting to Costa del Sol, but I just really loved the fates there and kind of hung out there as long as possible because I didn't want to go anywhere before Corthus, so...
You know, now that you say that too, it just reminds me of Mordona. I hung out in Mordona like crazy. We would start like random, not flash mobs, but like if 3 people, and this actually happened, if 3 people were just doing the Manderville in a bathing suit, dozens and dozens of people would just continue to join in. That is where like the shenanigans started, and so like that always has I have an affinity to that as well.
Awesome. Hey.
All right. I missed it. Scion. Ooh.
Favorite Scion.
Scion. Oh god, that's tough.
That is tough.
Question.
These are our buddies.
Your pals.
Our pals. We know them better than we know anyone else in game. Eorzea has to be. I'm sorry, he's my bud. Like I would go hang out with him, grab a drink any day of the week. I could listen to him talk forever. That's he's my guy. What about you?
Ooh, Y'shtola. I love Y'shtola. I love her wittiness. I love her wisdom. I love her outfit and her black mage staff. She also like, I guess, does it count that Master Matoya's like part of the like I kind of almost consider them part of the package too, like the whole, whole relationship with Master Matoya and like that whole situation is just, it's great. I love Y'shtola.
Old Greg.
Oh, Greg. Pleased to meet you.
Okay. Your favorite member of Family Manderville. Your favorite Manderville man or woman.
Oh, has to be the mother. I forget her name. It has to be. I mean, the moment the frying pan came out, it's like she's behind every great Manderville man is a even greater Manderville woman
with a frying pan. Yeah,
with a frying pan. How about you, Timmy?
You know what? That's a very good choice. That's a very good choice. Or the kid, Gigi.
Oh yeah, that counts.
They're both good entries. There's no wrong answer to this question. There's no wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer.
I love that when you go into Eorzea now, they have the drawing still on the wall if you completed those quests. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we're counting kind of like their universe, Nashu's also like a runner-up for me. Not that I don't love the Manderville man himself, but like she carries a good amount. She carries her weight. Oh gosh.
Absolutely.
Ooh, here's a big question. Favorite expansion?
It's a hard one. It is a hard one. Favorite expansion. If I could only play one again, I would want to replay Endwalker. Endwalker. It would have to be.
Yeah.
Shadowbringers comes really close, and I loved Heaven's Word. But if I only had the chance to replay one of them, I'd want to replay Endwalker again because there's just so much to the long-term player there. There's so many endings and beginnings that it's just it had me from the very beginning. What about you?
Oof. See, I'm very similar vein, but I would say Shadowbringers before Endwalker. And for me, it's I love them both. Like one's like a 9.9 and the other one's like a 9.8 and a half. Like, you know what I mean? It's very close. The reason that I pick it too is like you even saying like which one would you have to redo. I had a struggle bus moment in Stormblood between real life things and like in-game things, and like Shadowbringers for me really made me re-fall in love with the game that I fell in love with back in like A Realm Reborn Heaven's Word. And so like that is always going to be like super strong, super deep, like in my heart. And also Emmett Selk, just for like, you know, ha-has.
Yeah. No, Ardbert just completely.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite villain? Do you have a favorite villain?
Ooh, Emmett. I mean, I will, besides just being like, I love Emmett Selk, I do love his villain arc. And I do love, like, even just for different stories that I've gone through and seen the different villains in, like, 14, like, I love how they painted him as a villain with a purpose. As if, like, if you went in his shoes, would you do the same things that he did? And like, you know, he did bad things, of course. However, like the motivations were not just like, I want money and greed and I want to be powerful. Like it was the right motivation, just like he did the wrong thing. So it's like, I just fell in love with him as a character and they made him really lovable and witty. And so always stand him. How about you?
Yeah. No, that's the only answer. That's the only answer.
Only answer, clearly. As I'm staring up at my Emmett poster in the corner, just like, I would die for that boy. He did a lot of things wrong, but also he did nothing wrong.
Elidibus, maybe. But listen, Xenos came close. Elidibus, nah. The Ascians were kind of weak. In that Emmett is the one that we see that's fleshed out. He's the most there in the head. Like, he's the most, like, hasn't taken on 500,000 bodies and lost his mind Ascian we have. So, it's really easy to put yourself in his shoes.
Yeah. And with him too, is it's just like he could have messed us up a long beginning of Shadowbringers. He could have just done some stuff, and instead he put us through these trials, and it strengthened the love. Favorite Loprit.
Okay, so it might have been Pudding Way, but then Cosmic Exploration happened, and there's now Driving Way, and Driving Way is now my favorite Loprit. With the glasses and the whole mood. Yeah, he is now my favorite. What about you?
Nice. It's my boy Pudding Way. Listen. That was some of the comedic relief I needed in Endwalker was just the zombified Pudding Way. I love him. And I feel his pain. I too love Pudding.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, easy to identify with. Yeah.
Yes.
Favorite tribal society?
Ooh.
In aesthetic or quests or whatever you want to judge it in.
Honestly, and this is so out of character for me, it's the dwarves.
Okay.
The crafting dwarves in Shadowbringers. I don't know why. It's the cheeky little music and the quests, and I don't know. There was something about it that just that was the only allied society, the tribal quest that I did regularly, funny enough. I don't know why. It's also I love Lakeland. So the fact that it was in Lakeland, it also was a primary motivator.
I remember those quests having really cheeky subtext at the end once you completed a level. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember being like, oh yeah, okay. It's the tank improvements and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. That's cute. What about you?
The Namazu. Nothing has been able to shake that top spot.
How did I not say the Namazu? I forgot it. Oh my god. I need to be slayed at the... Sorry. I'm obsessed with Namazus. The fact... Because I don't even see them as an Allied Society quest anymore. I just see them as a way of life. Pyra's a fake Namazu fan. Stop! Don't say I'm a fake Namazu fan! I have so many Namazu stuff on my phone. Stop it. Oh gosh. Moving on.
Moving on.
What's your favorite seasonal event?
Oh man. Okay. Which one do I always look forward to every year? I would always say the summer one. But they've gotten really weird with it the last couple of years. The whole Power Rangers thing and then everything. I don't know. It used to be my go-to. So I'm probably going to say the Christmas one. The Christmas one is always just really sweet, and you get to see just NPCs and stuff send you letters, and you get to read the happy little letters they send you. And yeah, what about you?
I'm gonna say All Saints Wake. The Halloween vibes. I've always been a Halloween person. The Christmas ones are very, very close second, especially after last year's one was really, really cool and immersive. All Saints Wake, they've done a lot of really cute interactive things. Even you can go and you can morph or whatever. What is it called? Not Fantasia, but you can be these NPCs and things like that too for a little bit. So it's just fun vibes.
Yeah, no, I like that they have that whole separate zone in that one now where you can go and take all the G poses and everything. And yeah.
I love how they did that with Christmas too. I'm that's the way to go because it feels fun. It feels, a little extra something.
Absolutely. Your favorite under 50 or under dungeon? Your first a Realm Reborn dungeon?
Oh lordy. Now I'm trying to remember the dungeons. It's been so long. Ugh. In a weird way, I'm abusing myself way, the Sunken Temple of Karn.
Yeah? with the heads
I don't know
and
why.
the plates. And...
I don't know why. That's the only one that's coming to my brain. Which maybe I think that's like the other question with the the tribal society. I'm like, that's the first one that's coming to my brain besides Sasha.
Okay.
And the memes are fun. Like the memes, or like the moment you know that a new person is going in and seeing the Hornets, you know they're dying for Final Sting. You know, and sometimes you just let them. You just let them learn. We've all been through it.
That we have. That we have. Actually, mine was called out. Aurum Vale.
Oh, you sadistic soul.
I've gone full circle on Aurum Vale. Obviously, when I first started the game and did it for the first time, I hated it. And then I switched Grand Company about 3 times and had to do it 3 more times. And finally learned the mechanics. And then when I learned the mechanics, I started to really enjoy it because I'd go in a party and be like the only one alive. And so it just kind of grew on me. And then, of course, they made it easier. They like telegraphed attacks and everything. So, but it's still my favorite because I figured it out.
You did. Very fun. Now, speaking of figuring things out, what's your favorite alliance raid?
Favorite being the one that I hope I get in a roulette. So let's put it that way. If we're saying that's my favorite, the one like I fingers crossed I want to get during a roulette. Oh man. I thought that would make it easier. It didn't. I'm going to say Paradigm's Breach. Controversial, I know. Paradigm's Breach because despite the pacing issues, it was the first one I remember really doing a lot of when it first came out. And that ending song just kills it. Like that whole like when you're fighting the girl and the music and then the break in the music and then the train tracks, and it's just it is beautifully done. Beautifully done. How about you?
So I have kind of 2 answers. So if we're talking about the entire series, I want to say like the 12. The whole Endwalkers Alliance Raid series, I think, was just conceptually, music, mechanics, it did so much really well. Kind of conflicting that a little bit. If we're just talking about one of the fights in the Alliance Raid series, I have a weirdly strong affinity to the one that I usually hate the collab Alliance Raids, but I think it's Puppet's Bunker. Puppy Bunky, everyone I know. Puppy Bunky. I don't know why. The music, the mechanics, it's just a fun fight. Like that is one that I truly have fun in every single time I'm in there. And then after that, 12 for the like nearest second.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Favorite regular raid?
Ooh, that's a tough one because I raid a lot. Oh boy. I really love the current raid series. I love it so much. My favorite new one of those right now is Dancing Green. You cannot have a bad time with Dancing Green.
Right?
The visuals, the theme, the music, the everything, the mechanics, it is a fun fight. If I'm looking backwards to like another one of my like just all-time favorites has to be Shadowbringer. Is a mix between a 3-way tie between Leviathan, Titan, and Ramu.
Those remixed ones, yeah.
Remixed ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like flawless. I love doing them in normals, in savages. I wanted like, wouldn't it be cool if we could fight before Unreals were a thing? Like, wouldn't it be cool if we could fight these bosses like again current? And then like 5 months after I asked for that, like that's what we got, and it was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. So those will kind of probably always be like my favorite ones ever.
Awesome.
How about you, Debbie?
Yeah, no, they were good. They were good. Pandemonium was also really good. This tier though, does kind of take the cake. Like the effects, the music, everything, the interactivity, the fact that you like pause to do a dance is just, you can't beat that. But honestly, I have to give shout out special mention to the Alexander one where you fight Ratfinks Twinkledinks.
Yeah!
Because that name will always live rent-free in my head. Like, it's been decades, but Ratfinks Twinkledinks is always going to be there.
I love it. Oh gosh. Some of my favorites too. Like Alexander will always have a place in my heart. It's so good. Favorite glam set. What is your favorite glam set?
Oh god, there are so many. There are so many. But if I want to kind of narrow it down a little bit, look, obviously I can't mention everything. I am going to say probably the Subligar set from oh god, what is the name of it? Desmail Darkhold. The like metal Subligar and metal bikini.
Classic.
Like I remember grinding Fates and Korthus in that thing like forever, for probably like 2 or 3 years. So shout out to that. It's easy to get. It's from a dungeon. It's from an under 50 dungeon. Just I haven't even tried to dye it. But I can't wait for them to release like a dyed or a special effect version of that. That would be just really awesome. What is this?
I don't know. Like, Bo's giving me anxiety tonight. I don't know. I'm being attacked and targeted. Oh gosh, I would say, without the stress and pressure that I'm getting on me, Mog Station wise, I think my full outfit set. If we're talking full outfit, the streetwear set. I am in love with that streetwear set that they added to the Mog Station. It is just so adorable. If we're not going streetwear set, oh gosh, I think it was level 80. Oh gosh, I know what it is and I don't know how to describe it. It's like not flowery, but like a flowy dress kind of casting top with like the corset in the middle.
Okay.
The healers
the
had
Quantrell or whatever it is. No,
not the Quantrell. It was like a dress that was like, it looked like a mini skirt in the front, but in the back it had a long train. And then it cut, like for casters, it kind of like covered here. And then for healers, it kind of like had this like off the shoulder kind of design. It came out, I believe, in Shadowbringers as like one of the crafted gear sets. And it's by far my favorite set. And then yes, Sambode, a fake Namazu fan. Like, a Namazu head is always... I have multiple Namazu heads because I need Armoire Namazu, I need a Namazu in my inventory, I need a Namazu in my armory chest, and I feel attacked.
Oh. Okay, favorite mount.
Ooh. Weirdly enough, and this is gonna sound not as weird as it's meant to, riding on the back of Rama. The Rama
okay. Yeah.
You're on a boss. It is the boss. You are riding on his back. It is not meant to be taken weird. It's cool. It's a cool mount. I feel OP on that mount no matter when I get it. How about you, Debbie?
That's fair. It's hard. There's like 200 of them I absolutely love.
I know. Ugh.
The one that makes me the happiest though when it comes up in my roulette is probably the giant pickle from the gold saucer. The giant cactor one that you're like, it actually makes like the boing, boing, boing noise as you're jumping around in it. It is just, it makes me happy every single time that comes up. Best MGP purchase ever. Yeah.
Best. Agreed. Oh, gosh. Now, favorite minion?
Favorite minion? It's gotta be my much coveted Mamora Mora from the ocean fishing achievement. That thing just has the dorkiest face. And it just like, it's hovering there in like all of my screenshots and streams, and then it just like collapses down on itself and comes back up. That thing is joy. What about you?
I love it. Oh, I should have said this for the mount because I just bought it like a couple weeks ago. My golden Namazu.
Is that the 25 million one or the 50 million one?
That's the 50 million.
Oh,
50 million pounds. I just bought that recently. So if I can't, like, either way, I think, like, my Namazu minion, I will constantly, like, right now I have, like, a doggy, because I got the dog recently. Like, I'll bounce through, like, a new one, but I'm always back to, like, a Namazu or the bunny rabbit. I had a rabbit for, like, 10 years. He was my baby, and you know, I got his tattoo on my leg. I got my engagement ring, has a rabbit on it, so like that was my little like in-game version of him just hopping around. So that's like my other little sentimental one.
Cute. Okay, favorite gate.
This is the trying to think. It's not Leap of Faith. Is it Leap of Faith? It's the one that goes around the giant cactar. The giant.
Oh, the chocobo chick one that you're rescuing.
Yeah, the chocobo chick one. Yep. I'm trying to remember what it's called because there's Leap of Faith and then there's the other ones. I think this is the other one.
Yeah, it's not Leap of Faith. No, the Leap of Faith are all.
Yeah, Leap of Faith. It's the other one that's like pretty much the same thing. Same concept.
Pretty much. You're jumping. Yeah.
And then my second best one is the
Is that Yojimbo?
The plane.
Yo.
The plane. Yeah, the plane. The little plane. I love the pew 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 pew, you know, pew pew.
No, the Leap of Faith, the new one, Sylph Step, it needs to die with fire. Sorry, Mo. Sorry, it needs to die with fire.
It's painful. Cliffhanger, thank you. Cliffhanger was the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, Debbie?
My favorite might just be Any Way the Wind Blows, because you don't have to do anything. You just pick a spot and you stand there. But obviously Air Force One became fun for me when I figured out not to do it with a controller. Because doing it with a controller was just so frustrating. Granted, since I've done it keyboard and mouse forever, during the last like Moogle Tome event where I was spending 8 hours a day in the Gold Saucer, a couple of occasions I did it on controller again and I actually was able to perfect it. So
nice.
I'm getting better. Or practice makes perfect, whichever.
All that matters. Now, sticking on theme to the Gold Saucer, what's your favorite saucer mini game?
The saucer mini games. I always do cuff a cur. Sorry, if I have to like knock 3 out for the challenge log, I'm gonna cuff that cur all the time. What about you?
Same, absolutely same. That is the only one that I do regularly. There are other ones that like I'm like, okay, yeah, this one's cool once in a while, but like 99% of the time it's cuff a cur.
Awesome. Heavensward Dungeon?
See, this is the problem.
If you have one.
I do, and I'm trying to remember the name. I feel like I have to pop up like a wiki to tell me. The Airy? No. Yes? Where do you get the red panda? It's all purpley.
I don't know about the panda. The Airy is the dragon one, isn't it? With like the dragon nests underground.
Yes. Yes, that's the same one. Yes.
Okay.
That one.
That one. Okay.
How about you?
For me, it's the vault. I'm obsessed with like cathedrals and stuff. So the vault, I will go in and do that all the time.
I was gonna say, you're obsessed with Stockholm Syndrome is what I'm hearing, because that was pain.
Oh man, maybe.
Now, Stormblood favorite dungeon.
Stormblood favorite dungeon is oh god, of course my brain blanks. My blame blanks. It's the The one where you get the swimsuits.
Oh, Shishmi. Shishmi
Yes.
of the Violet Tide.
Of the Violet Tide. Yes, correct. That's my favorite. Do you have a Stormblood favorite?
Oh, that was gonna be my favorite too.
Mm.
That was also like, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was the first one that had like they had just made swimming a thing in game, so they're like, ooh, go swimming mid dungeon, and that was fun. The whole turning into an old lady.
Oh yeah.
One boss was fun, so that one's definitely my fave.
Yeah, it's a good one. Do you have a favorite deep dungeon?
The OG, kind of. The OG,
Palace?
but also then, was it Stormblood that you could turn into an otter?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I love trying to get the otter and just just like running around like a little menace. What the fuck?
That's fair. That was heaven on high. Yeah. Eureka Orthos. I played it on release, but it's not the funnest. I would say heaven on high. Heaven on high. Not just because of the otter, but because the doggo, but because the theme. Like, it's just really well done. I like Heaven on High.
Heaven on High is a good one. And variant dungeons. Variant / criteria.
Now, yeah, I mean, we have like 3 to choose from. But I'm going to go with Mount Rockon, the kind of oriental themed one. I love the music and the background and stuff. I mean, Hancock, whatever. He's not my dude, but he's a dude. But just the place and the music and the theme of Mount Rockon, I think I really like. Do you have a favorite?
I would say that one too for the aesthetics. Like, I've taken a sickly amount of screenshots in that one because of just the overview of like the mountains and like the autumn style like greenery and like trees and landscape. I'm like, ugh. I remember first going in there, I'm like, guys, we have to stop for like 5 minutes. I need to take some screenshots. It's just so pretty. So definitely that one for me.
Awesome. And favorite trial mounts? Like between like doggos or catos or whatever.
I think overall, I have to go like OG. Like favorite, the ponies.
The ponies?
There's also a nostalgia factor for me. So it's like, it took me forever to grind them because back then we also didn't have like a 99 totem. So I remember Leviathan, I cleared that fight probably a good 200 times before getting them out.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. And there's Nightmare. We don't have like another random kind of version and any other variant of that. So the OGs are just like my favorite. How about you?
That's fair. I love the music of the ponies the best. Like maybe it's a nostalgic thing, but the music every time it kicks on, like especially Shiva or Ramu, like just But the wings, I love the innovation of the wings. So
it's like a simple elegance. It's like it's basics, but there's nothing wrong with that. It just kind of had like this nice, elegant kind of like flow to them.
Okay, and now since we're nearing the end, we're going to go into a bit of a speed round. It's a this or that. Rapid fire, this or that. Alphino or Alizé?
Alizé. You?
I'm Alphino. Alphino. Why Alizé?
She's just the better twin.
Oh, okay.
She's more badass. She's, girl power. She's badass. She's very thoughtful. I just love her energy.
Okay. See, Alphino, you get to see his entire story more. I think he learns the most.
More than you want.
Alizé doesn't learn anything. Alizé just already knows it all at the very beginning.
Perfect.
Okay.
Xenos or Emmett Silk?
I mean, obviously, Emmett Silk. We already covered this. Emmett Silk. Yeah. Xenos, I loved Xenos as a villain. I know that's not everyone did. I did, yeah. But I mean, Emmett Silk, far superior.
Absolutely.
Ardbert or Grahatia?
Ardbert all day long. Ardbert. Listen, I'll be the butt of some jokes. I think Graha is a fine character. I think he is way too upset, like a more like, oh my god, it's Graha. Like, I think he's just okay. And then Ardbert is just a sweet boy who needs to be protected at all costs, even though he's a ghost. How about you?
I want more Ardbert. I know why he's not in the story right now, but I want more. But if we didn't have Graha, I'd be saying the same about Graha. So, you know.
Yep. Oh gosh. Asahi or Valens?
Okay, it's like, which is the best or which is the most terrible? Which is the horrible? They're both evil people. Probably the two evilest villains of 14. Asahi or Valens. Probably Asahi. From that scene where he just like kneels down and like stares you in the face.
Ugh.
And you're like, I need to punch you. What do you think?
If it's for hating somebody the most, it's Asahi. The voice actor, I feel so bad because I think the voice actor is amazing for being able to make me want to punch this kid so hard in the face that he's tasting my fist. So, but yeah, it's tough because it's like, it's Asahi, and I hate to say that because I hate Asahi so much. So much.
So much. Moogle Tome event or Make It Rain event?
Moogle Tome. It's kind of fun. I also don't have enough things to need in the gold saucer, so Moogle Tome.
That's completely fair. Yeah. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, for more items for the saucer for patch 7.3, but yeah, Moogle Tomes, I've gotten so many different things that I just wouldn't have gotten otherwise through Moogle Tomes.
Yep. Frontlines or Crystalline Conflict?
Frontlines.
You okay with that answer?
Final answer. No, I love the idea of ranking up in Crystalline Conflict, and I keep meaning to do it but never do. But Frontlines wins for versatility of being able to get experience on classes you're not playing.
Yeah.
Trick question, neither.
I agree. Frontlines to me is the superior. I like the idea of Crystalline Conflict. I'm also gonna go on my soapbox and say Feast was better. Just saying. But I have the only opinion of that. So
yeah, I never did Feast. So
the Feast. I like Crystalline Conflict. I just don't find myself wanting to go back in there all the time.
Okay. Ishgardian Restoration or Cosmic Exploration?
Ooh, Ishgardian Restoration. I think it's also because it was so... I was more emotionally driven by restorating the Ishgard than I am for the moon. And I think that's part of it for me too, is not being a crafting and gathering main, or being that's kind of my afterthought content. I needed another reason to really dive into it. How about you? Yeah,
no, I think that's a really good point. I want to say Ishgardian Restoration, but I don't know if it's just that's the trauma talking. Because obviously I spent so much time doing it to top 100 and stuff, but Ishgardian Restoration, you do feel closer to the people. You're hanging out in the firmament, and I don't know, NPCs you recognize because they're part of the Foundation, and you're doing it for all these people who were displaced because of the war, which you go through in Heavensward. It feels closer. I mean, yeah, exploring the moon is fantastic. I logged onto an alt, by the way, on Sunday that was just hanging out on the moon in the Cosmic Exploration Zone, and it was completely different. It doesn't look anything like I remember it now that we've gotten several advances. So it's still going, and I feel like I'm being left behind, but...
Yeah. Also, we got housing out of Ishgard.
Yeah, that's true. So, moon housing when?
Yep. Ooh. Verminion or Mahjong?
Oh my god. I don't play either of these. But if I had to choose Verminion, because they have some really nice challenge log entries that I like getting the reward for. How about you?
Verminion. I also am too potato brain to learn Mahjong. I don't know how to play it. I tried. I was very overwhelmed and I quit. So Verminion, I can at least understand and handle to an extent.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Mahjong. I was like, hey, I know how to play Mahjong, and then I tried it in Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm like, this is not the Mahjong I know. This is something completely different. So yeah, ocean fishing or leaves.
Ooh, ocean fishing. Ocean fishing has hype. Like, and I'm not even a fisher. And like, if you're on the boat and you hit the spectral or the rainbow? Yeah. Everyone's hyped. Everyone's excited. Leaves, you don't get that. It's just like, okay, get this done.
Fair enough. I didn't know what else to really compare ocean fishing to, but yeah, I mean, ocean fishing wins for me too. I know there are people who aren't a fan of it, but I mean, if your comparison is running around and I don't know.
No comparison.
No comparison. Okay, here's
Cackpot. Oh wait. Oh.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
Okay. Cackpot. Numbers are random.
Okay, so yeah, do you choose your own numbers for Jumbo Cackpot, or do you just select random ones? I just select random. How about you? Same?
So same. Yup. Every time.
I know some people who very specifically, just like the IRL lottery, like choose their own numbers because it's their numbers, but
nah.
as long as I make sure if I buy 3 tickets that the last number on each ticket is different.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I know some people who make sure they're always the same to like double their chances of getting multiple big payouts, but I like to spread out my luck a little bit.
Yeah, don't put all eggs in one basket.
Okay. When you're doing maps, do you prefer the roulette maps or the door maps?
Ooh, I think roulette because there's less pressure on messing up. Every time you pick the wrong door, like, oh my god, how could you do that? But then, like, roulette, it's like, man, just bad luck, I guess.
There you go. That's fair. That's fair. No, with my map groups, I always pick the left door. Always pick the left door.
Yep. Left is always right.
And then that kind of takes out the element of chance, so then I don't feel bad for not picking the wrong door because I just always pick the left door. So
unless there's a rainbow door, and that's your tip of the week. If there's a rainbow door, don't go against it. You will get kicked out. We've tried it for science.
Actually, they won't let you anymore. As of the 100 maps, they won't let you anymore. If it shows you the path, it takes away the handle of the other door.
Literally
won't let you.
Bowling bumpers, like the baby bumpers in the bowling alley, so you can't go to the gutter.
Exactly. Okay, well, that's all the questions and time we have for this week. It was great getting to talk about the things we love about the game and realizing that there's just so much. So much.
It was a nice, fun deviation, especially because next week we'll have a bunch of news. But just doing something fun was really fun, and I love seeing everybody in chat. All of you crazy, beautiful, lovely folks chiming in on your favorite things too. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, the comments were awesome. Please continue it on in the comments in the video. I will read them. We've still got some time to kill tonight, but when we're back next week, we will have a live letter to talk about with hopefully some really exciting news that we couldn't even predict. But if you are interested in watching some predictions, check out Mioni's video. And do you have a video?
Not yet. I think I'm going to be doing a video, probably a bingo card. I'm actually off. I'm available to watch this weekend, so I might actually be live on Twitch and YouTube when the live letter is happening, if anybody wants to do a watch party.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, you won. Ocean fishing should have been compared to Island Sanctuary. If you had to choose between ocean fishing and Island Sanctuary.
Still ocean fishing.
Still ocean fishing.
So I love the idea of Island Sanctuary. I haven't touched it in months, where ocean fishing I have, which says something.
That's fair. Yeah. I love what Island Sanctuary could have been.
Could have been, exactly. It's the could have.
Could have been. Okay, so other than a watch party on Friday, what are you up to this week?
We're gonna be doing coverage. I'm gonna be trying to get back in the swing of some YouTube things, especially getting some coverage out for the live letter. Other than that, we're doing some Savage raiding and maybe some Ultimate raiding this weekend. So a lot of live streams sprinkled in between. I'll be live on Twitch and YouTube pretty much Wednesday through the rest of the weekend. So come hang out.
Okay.
How about you, Debbie?
I need 2 more malachite. In fact, I have a graphic for my stream now that's like Malachite from Sailor Moon holding a Malachite gem, and it's got a little number on it to show how many I need. I am so desperate for this. It has been a couple of weeks of just Malachite hunting, and I just need this to end so I can get my relic and move on with my life.
Totally fair.
Exactly. So I'll be doing that probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maps on Friday, variety on Saturday, and then we're back here on Monday. So thank you. Oh no, what's going on? What's going on in the chat here?
Sunboat's telling me that I'm leaving all those animals unpet. And Debbie's also leaving all those animals unpet. Listen, don't worry, my IRL wants her pet, which is all that matters.
There you go. I named all my animals too, like back in the early days when I started streaming. I had people naming my animals. So there's anyway, I will get back to it eventually, maybe if they add more content. Thank you so much everyone for joining us today. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for joining us week after week with Final Fantasy XIV news. There will be more of it, and we hope to see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Pyra, for joining me.
Thank you for such a great topic tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Love yourself as much as you love others, and we'll see you in game. You know when it comes back up.